Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to my review for that 90s show, Season 1. Before I begin, I just want to mention that I have yet to watch the original, that 70s show, because I didn't grow up with it, and it's not available on any streaming platforms. I wish I could watch it, but I guess Netflix doesn't want more money out of me? But with that, let's begin the review, okay? First episode was such an amazing episode since it starts so well. We are introduced to the original characters, and I just gotta say that the chemistry among them all is just too high compared to like the new cast. Maybe it's because of all the seasons in the original, but I don't know, it's just like not there for the new cast compared to the originals. Part of me wishes that rather than the show being based on the kids, the new ones, that instead it was based on the adults in like a vacation type setting, or for some reason them having to live together again, which wouldn't be fresh, but at least you would get more of this awesome chemistry. Because thankfully, everyone is still alive except for Eric's sister, which sadly passed away when she was 43 years old. But yeah, I just love the chemistry between the mom and dad, Kitty and Red, and Eric and Donna, which makes me curious as to how the originals, the 70s show, is like, since even though this is my introduction to them, they make such a really good uh, cast. Like, oh my god, so good. Amongst the new cast, I like everyone except for Wen and Aussie, since both of them try too hard in their role and they don't really seem like they really fit into the group at all. Maybe if they were to like dial it back a little bit less and seem more human, since I don't know, their interactions do seem quite forced, which is why I don't like them that much. But I love Leia, Nikki, Nate, and Jay. They make a great casting for the new group. But I'm sure that with time, if the show doesn't get cancelled, Wen and Aussie could potentially be entertaining characters. But I still stand by what I said. Had this show stayed with just the original cast, it would have been way better. Because every time that I see the new cast, I'm just hoping that the adults show up again. Like Kitty and Red. Honestly, they could also just make a show with just them two going on little adventures, whether it's to get some groceries or mini golf or something. I don't know. But yeah, I like the new cast except for those two so far. I also don't like Wen's mother at all. She's like such a caricature compared to everybody else, which makes me wonder why the creators decided on having her on a bunch of episodes, providing her commentary on certain things, or being part of the main plots. She should honestly be shown whenever Leia goes over to Wen's house to hang out, but she just likes to be in like a bunch of episodes, even though I don't think many people like her. But if you like her, do let me know, because I'm gonna be like, wow, why would you like someone like that? A better example of a character that's also goofy but does not overstay his welcome is Leo. He is honestly the perfect balance between being goofy and having a plot device to make the plot a bit more creative or funky. But yeah, he makes a good addition to the show, unlike Wen's mother. Like, lady, no one invited you to be hanging out with these kids. Kind of like with Leo, where he's either around for X or Y reason, like they randomly find them, or they have to go to his house to retrieve like a DVD, sorry, not DVD, VHS copy of something they want to watch, like in the early episodes. Episode 3, Fest makes a comeback, which I love, and I'm sure most of the original fans also love, since he's just such a charismatic character. I love the interactions between Kitty and him. They were honestly really funny, which makes me wish, like I have stated multiple times this review, that the original characters should just have their own show and the kids should just stay in the back burner. Because whenever I have the original cast interacting with one another, I laugh a lot. And even though the show has a laugh track, which I'm not really fond of, even if the show did not have one, I would still be laughing since it is honestly funny writing, which makes me think, could there be a reason as to why the original characters don't really have as strong writing as the original characters do? Since it's just weird, you know? One of the worst episodes this season would have to be episode 4, the one where they have to go to this rave and Jay's trying so hard to, you know, make Leia fall for him. But it's just not funny, and I was bored out of my mind. Since not only were there very few interactions between Kitty and Red, the main cast interactions are just not funny. It's just like a drag, you know? Like, ew. I want to laugh, not be bored. Episode 5 has got to be one of the best episodes this season, if not for Nikki and Wen smoking in the basement, which was not entertaining and was rather cringy. Since they even go as far as to say that they don't really have anything in common. And even though they did smoke, they were not entertaining at all. So I didn't like that part, but the rest of the episode I love. I love how Ozzy brought a computer and introduced to Kitty and Red the internet, which was really entertaining. I also love how Donna came into the episode to protect her daughter and teach her about sexual relations, and went as far as to tell her what to do and what to use, and what's really cute. Not many shows do that, and I'm really grateful that they went as far as to, show that it is okay for parents to teach their kids about such things. It was really cute. And lastly, I also liked how Ozzy came out to Kitty, even though, in my opinion, it should have been done further down the line. It felt a bit rushed, but that's fine. The season is kind of short. And it was really cute. Kitty went as far as to actually cry, which was a sight to behold. I was like, oh, that's a really cute moment. In episode 6, the only fun thing that we saw was Jay and Leia going for a little drive around town before being pulled over, and then the remaining of the episode, which was the beginning of it, was pretty boring. Like, I don't even know who Bob is, but apparently he's from the original show, and he wasn't funny at all. I was just like, wow. Whoever Bob was must have been really funny in that 70s show, but now it's not. So yeah, episode 6 is also like episode 4. It was really boring, and I wish it was Fest instead of Bob, but you can't have it all. Episode 7 was such a boring episode, except for the few scenes where Jay and Leia are like having cute moments together where they say the same thing at the same time. But that wasn't the funniest thing. Again, the funniest thing in episode 7 was when Kitty got a tattoo and she had to hide it from her husband. That was really funny. Like, I wish there were more moments like that instead of being wasted on the same conversations or Nate being insecure about who his girlfriend is being, what do you call it, helped with her homework for the SATs and all that stuff. I don't know, that, like, what a drag. I want to have a fun episode, not like a boring episode. Like, is it too hard to ask for an entertaining episode? All I gotta say about episode 8 is that I felt bad for the actor for Red, since he had a cane at all times, which I don't know if it's because he got ran over in episode 7 or if he needs one because of his age. And I just gotta say that I'm really happy that they got the original Kitty and Red back on this show. But I also did not like episode 8. Wen's mom says the following: wow, it's raining tits and livers out there. Like, that's not even funny, and they even put the laugh track behind it. Like, that's not funny at all. Like, why Why do they think that's funny? Why do they think Gwen's mom is funny? She's not. She should honestly not be interacting so much in this show when it's not that funny, whenever the original actors besides Kitty and Red are not available, you know? Like, she doesn't fit in at all. Episode 9 has one of the funniest scenes in the whole season, with Kitty being a school nurse and having to save Leia from a little cut, and also having to deliver a baby. A bunch of bizarre scenarios, which was really funny. Another thing I love about this episode was how Nikki and Red and Kitty's chemistry works so well between them all. It was really cute seeing them interact with each other, which is something that cannot be said for Gwen and Red, or even Nate and Red. Which is why, even though this is just season 1, I really do hope that in the next season, unless this show gets cancelled, has a better chemistry amongst everyone. Because if they won't have that, then the show is not gonna be as good. One thing I did not like about episode 9 was how Wen ended up kicking out Leia from the country club simply because she was late for a few minutes. And Aussie did not do anything about the situation, which just goes to show that Wen and Aussie are just not nice people to be around. And even though they apologize to each other and whatnot, like, what are the writers doing? If anything, they should have not done that, you know? For the sake of entertaining the audience, that's not entertaining. That just goes to show that they're not nice people to be around with. Episode 10 was a nice send off to finish off season 1, and it also came with like a flashback from the original That 70s show, I'm assuming, because the quality looked amazing. So, which makes me wonder, is the show available in widescreen high definition, or is it only available in the traditional definition that it came with? Because I would honestly love to watch it in this type of definition. It looked really pretty. But as for the episode itself, I didn't like that now Nate also has feelings for Leia and Jay doesn't even know about it. I don't know, like, that's just trouble and doesn't make it very entertaining. I did see some feelings coming out of Aussie, but I don't know. If anything, it just makes me want to watch the original since this was okay. If season 2 comes along, they better just have the original cast going on their own adventures and just have Leia and the original cast on a vacation of sorts. Since who has time to watch a love triangle in a sitcom? It's been overdone so much that it doesn't really seem appealing. But yeah, oh my god. Oh, and in this episode, they also had Fez doing really funny things with Wen's mom. But Wen's mom is such a drag to watch. Fez, what are you doing, my boy? You can like do better. Why don't you like go out with someone else? I don't know, shit. The transitions and the opening theme song for That 90s show, it's not as good as the original that I remember watching, even though I've only watched 5 episodes of it. I love the transitions in That 70s show. They're like so trippy. In this one, they're not as trippy, but I mean, it's like a carbon copy of it, now with the new cast. But yeah, it was entertaining, but it's a shame that only a few episodes actually made me be entertained and laughing. But besides that, that's my little review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.